In the previous episode, we witnessed Qiao Yu and Yang embarking on a mission within the realm of mages. Their objective: to locate the legendary tribe dwelling within the perilous confines of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons and eradicate the insect infestation plaguing its depths. Upon arrival at a mysterious locale, they encountered 3 additional individuals and collectively resolved to join forces. Together, they breached the first gate, only to succumb to poisoning upon encountering the second. In their dire moment, a young girl named Xiao Dong emerged, offering aid in detoxifying their bodies. Following her guidance, they partook of a mystic poison-cleansing broth prepared by her parents. While Dong urged the group to stay and recuperate for the night, her demeanor turned jubilant as she gazed upon the moon, foretelling the imminent commencement of something significant. Deep within the shadowy depths of an enigmatic forest, an arcane figure conducted a ritualistic sacrifice, invoking the favor of a formidable insect deity to bestow benevolent weather upon the dreaded Cave of 10,000 Souls and shield its inhabitants from afflictions. In exchange, they proffered the freshest human flesh as a tribute. With a drop of blood into a well, a horde of insects swarmed forth, descending upon 2 hapless individuals whose terror was palpable as they realized they were the chosen sacrifices. In a macabre spectacle, the insects swiftly devoured their flesh, leaving only skeletal remains as testament to their presence. Yang and Qiao Yu bore witness to this grim scene, concealed amidst the tribe's populace. The revelation of the tribe's human sacrifices shocked Yang, prompting urgency in their escape, recognizing the peril posed by both the insects and the numerous tribespeople. Despite their formidable combat abilities, the group lacked area of effect attacks, compounding the danger. Sensing their presence, the ritual's orchestrator dispatched Zhu Xi, a burly enforcer, to apprehend the intruders, instructed to capture them unharmed. Fleeing towards shelter, panic gripped the group as they deliberated their next move, cognizant that discovery of their true intentions would condemn them to the insects' ravenous hunger. Amidst the chaos, Qiao Yu's attention was diverted by a distant sound, sparking fear as they realized they were surrounded by the voracious insects, poised to strike. The fire mage, employing a blazing enchantment for protection, initiated an assault on the insects using his expertise. Despite the insects' feeble resistance and the ineffectiveness of melee attacks in yielding stat points, this outcome was anticipated, as the prospect of accumulating stat points from insect slaughter had long been dismissed. Suddenly, Yang unleashed a combination of sand binding and ground explosion magic, obliterating the ant horde, and inadvertently demolishing the nearby house. Acknowledging Yang's adeptness in merging his talents, Qiao Yu praised his skillfulness, though Yang revealed the significant drain on his mana from employing both abilities successively. As the group processed these events, a muscular figure, Zhu Xi, approached them from behind, commending their bravery in vanquishing the insect swarm. Despite his initial intent to teach them a lesson, Zhu Xi reconsidered upon witnessing the outsider's utilization of demonic magic to swiftly eliminate the threat. He ominously warned them of the consequences, explaining that their actions would result in becoming food for the insect larvae, leading to a gruesome demise. However, Yang, irritated by Zhu Xi's verbose threats, resorted to using ground explosion magic, inflicting 11 damage upon him. Unperturbed, Zhu Xi derided their attempts, deeming them futile. Zhu Xi, a standard level 10 NPC possessing 300 HP, 40 strength, 20 defense, and 15 agility, possessed the abilities Insect Bite and Poisonous Insect Control. Notably, the system revealed that unlike wild monster bosses, NPCs in this alternate realm concealed their personal stats until sustaining damage. Observing the scene, the girl was now gripped with fear, expressing to her companion that tackling the mission within the perilous Cave of 10,000 Poisons was beyond the capabilities of novices. Even the boy struggled to comprehend how the 5 of them could overcome an adversary with identical stats to the boss. You too pondered the nuances of this specialized world compared to others. Without overthinking, you dashed towards the NPC, fists clenched. Zhu Xi smirked, commenting on your audacity for approaching him with your feeble fists. He proceeded to mock you further, boasting about his superior strength and ability to effortlessly handle 10 like you. Undeterred by his incessant chatter, you delivered a powerful blow, deserving of his arrogance, dealing a significant 120 damage in a single strike. Zhu Xi, bewildered by the unexpected assault from a mere human, promptly activated his insect bite talent, significantly enhancing his HP, strength, defense, and agility. The Wind Mage and the girl recoiled in fear as they witnessed Zhu Xi's stats surge once more, his defense multiplying several times over, his eyes ablaze with red and a purple aura enveloping him. Zhu Xi declared to the outsiders that they could no longer harm him and threatened to use their blood as an offering to the insect swarm. However, Yu remained calm, akin to the tranquility before a storm. Shortly thereafter, Yu relentlessly pummeled the NPC, leaving him with a mere 23 HP as he conceded defeat. Addressing Zhu Xi, Yu inquired about the ritual the woman had conducted moments earlier and the identity of the individual giving her orders. Meanwhile, the three strangers grew apprehensive of Yu, realizing your formidable nature. The NPC began divulging information, revealing that the woman was their matriarch responsible for the insect sacrifice. The inhabitants of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons performed this ritual monthly as part of a pact with the Queen Mother of the Insects, providing protection in exchange. As a tribute, the tribe honored the queen on every full moon by performing the sacrifice. Zhu Xi disclosed that the ancient green stone well served as the residence and breeding ground of the Queen Mother. At last, Yang grasped the situation and revealed that Xiaodong's family had cured the group's poison, with the intention of offering them as the next round of sacrifices. Turning back to the NPC, Qiao Yu posed one final question. Why did Xiaodong refer to the tribe as the Cave of 10,000 Souls, while the rest called it the Cave of 10,000 Poisons? However, the NPC was taken aback upon hearing the girl's name. He explained that within the entire Cave of 10,000 Poisons, there was only one individual with Dong in their name, their own matriarch, Xiaodong. Upon hearing this revelation, Yu expressed gratitude to the NPC for his cooperation. Meanwhile, Zhu Xi attempted to flee from the group, but Yu intercepted him, delivering a decisive blow that depleted the NPC's remaining HP. The system acknowledged your successful engagement with an NPC through melee attacks, rewarding you with 10 points and 50 experience points. This achievement resulted in your level up, earning you 5 additional stat points. Additionally, for successfully dispatching the NPC with melee tactics, you were granted the S-rank item, Sage's Protection, which could nullify one fatal blow when activated. Yu grinned with satisfaction upon receiving the item, recognizing its significance as the highest-ranked item in the other world. As the atmosphere settled once more, the girl inquired about their next steps, expressing concern over the formidable threat posed by a single villager, let alone the matriarch. Yu proposed a solution. Since their mission only required the extermination of the insects, confronting the tribe's people was not imperative. Deciding to target the Queen Mother's nest located within the Greenstone Well, the group reached a consensus, realizing the urgency of their actions before Dong became aware of their plans. Upon reaching the heart of the forest where the Greenstone Well stood, the group was met with a grim sight. Xiaodong's parents lay slain by their own tribespeople. Surveying their lifeless forms with a mixture of shock and sorrow, you couldn't help but reconsider your perception of the tribe as a whole. Recognizing the futility of intervening at this point, you resolved to focus on the task at hand, destroying the Greenstone Well to put an end to the ordeal. The three mages coordinated their spell attacks, with Yang unleashing his ground explosion magic to obliterate the well. As the dust settled, a gaping hole remained, seemingly leading straight into the depths of hell. Despite their actions, Yang remained perplexed by the system's failure to acknowledge the mission's completion, even with the demise of all the insects. Suddenly, laughter erupted from behind them, revealing the presence of none other than the matriarch of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons, Xiaodong, accompanied by the stalwart Kuangmeng. Dong, realizing that the outsider's presence at the well signified the demise of her minions, found it difficult to believe that the group had managed to defeat someone as formidable as Zhu Xi, or remained composed yet frustrated in the presence of the lady. Questioning whether to address her as the matriarch of the cave, or as Dong, now that her secret had been unveiled. Dong inquired if her current form displeased you, offering to revert to Xiaodong and seeking your preference. She disclosed her motive for sparing you, a desire to perpetuate her bloodline through intimate encounters. However, this plan had been thwarted by your actions in exterminating the insects, leaving her unable to fulfill her ambitions without sacrificing you to appease the Queen Mother's wrath. Curious about her motives for eliminating her own tribespeople, including her parents, you pressed Dong for an explanation. Her expression turned blank as she coldly stated that, regardless of their familial ties, they were merely useless and disobedient individuals. Yu's eyes flickered with a blue tint, his internal anger bubbling to the surface as he stared at Dong in frustration. I hope you've been enjoying the video thus far. If so, don't forget to hit the like button as our goal today is to reach 500 likes. Also, consider subscribing and turning on notifications to stay updated with future content. For those who wish to support me financially, you can join the channel, which will aid in creating higher quality content at a faster pace. Now, let's return to the video. Dong and Yu faced each other with visible anger, poised for a confrontation. Dong inquired about Yu's state of mind, advising him to remain calm, as the opportunity to meet Dong's parents would arise soon. As Dong paused, a swarm of insects surged from her mouth at incredible speed, poised to attack Yu and the others. The fire mage attempted to aid Yu with her fairy enchantment, but their efforts were abruptly halted by a powerful strike from Kwang Mang. Mang approached, cautioning against interfering with the matriarch, indicating that he was the true opponent they should face. A notification alerted the group to the presence of Hang Mang, an NPC with an active insect bite status. With a red aura surrounding him, Hang Mang was a level 10 enemy boasting 500 HP and a strength of 55. With defense and agility rated at 30 each. In addition to his formidable attributes, Hang Mang could manipulate poisonous insects. Like the other NPC guards, the insects inflicted damage upon Yu at a rate of 3 to 5 per second. Recognizing the overwhelming insect presence and the escalating danger, Yu realized that continuing the battle under these circumstances would turn their custom mission into a suicidal endeavor. Yu contemplated boosting his agility and defense to match his strength at 166, which would greatly aid him in completing the mission effortlessly. The thought of activating Braveheart crossed his mind, but a sudden realization struck, filling him with determination. He resolved that there was no need to activate Braveheart, since he could still revive using Sage's protection. Your strategy focused on confronting the matriarch initially, the mastermind behind the insect onslaught, believing victory would follow suit. With determination, you lunged toward Dong, who smiled eagerly, thinking you were offering yourself willingly to the insects. However, to her astonishment, you swiftly dealt a devastating blow, piercing through her abdomen in a single strike. Dong's transformation reversed, leaving her in shock and disbelief. Angered, Dong failed to comprehend why you would reject being consumed by the insects. It became apparent that Dong was a level 10 rare NPC, activating her insect bite status, boasting 1000 HP and a strength of 30. Her defense stood at 20, coupled with an agility of 50. Dong possessed the ability to shapeshift as a talent, alongside control over poisonous insects and the ability to inflict insect bites. You were taken aback to discover that despite being physically weaker than the muscular NPC Jujie, Dong was still considered a rare entity. The realization that Dong must be furious with you for the injury you inflicted upon her abdomen struck you. Suddenly, Dong swiftly augmented her agility by 80 points in an instant, admonishing you for your actions and labeling you as a bad boy for causing harm. You were stunned by Dong's sudden display of power as she lunged towards you, executing a fierce claw attack that pierced your chest directly in the middle. Blood coughed from your mouth as your HP plummeted to a mere 9 points. Unaware that agility could be enhanced instantaneously, you found yourself unable to react to the incoming assault. Dong grinned triumphantly upon seeing her attack's success, taunting you with the prospect of skinning you and keeping it as a souvenir to adorn her wall once you were dead. Witnessing his friend's dire state, Yang screamed and attempted to rush to your aid, only to be thwarted by a heavy blow from Mang, who instructed the other students to remain focused on their battle and not be distracted. Suddenly, Yang Gong unleashed his sand-binding attack, but to everyone's surprise, the sand was now tinged red. Even the NPC was momentarily intimidated, scoffing at Yang Gong's futile attempts against his might. However, Mang's realization of the sand's crimson hue came too late. Yang Gong unleashed his ground explosion magic, dealing a devastating blow of 312 damage to the NPC, reducing him to molecular pieces. As the smoke dissipated, Yang emerged transformed, his once bulky form now transformed into a handsome visage, nearly unrecognizable to his companions in his heightened state of spirit, which now neared 300. Even the fire mage failed to recognize him in his altered appearance. As Dong stood beside you, her hand still lodged in Yu's chest, Yang rushed towards them. Even Yu was taken aback by his friend's transformation and questioned him about what had transpired. Yang confessed that he himself was unsure of how it occurred, but in a moment of anxiety, all the excess fat on his body had seemingly burned away, leaving him with nearly 300 spirit points. This revelation shook you to your core. You realized that Yang's spirit points were comparable to those of some mid-tier mages. Suddenly, a cunning idea flashed through your mind, and you seized Dong by her hips, instructing Yangong to unleash his ground explosion. Magic on both of them, simultaneously. Yang was bewildered by this unusual request from his best friend. He cautioned that if Yang unleashed his attack, both you and the enemy would perish. However, you implored Yang to trust in your plan and follow through. Encouraged by your unwavering confidence, Yang resolved to execute the ground explosion magic on both you and Dong. Dong, upon hearing this, was filled with dread. She yelled, demanding to be released, as she didn't want to perish alongside him. However, you grinned as he informed her that it was too late, and nothing could be changed. Almost immediately after uttering those words, their bodies exploded, and the ground beneath them erupted like a volcano. Yang and the fire mage were taken aback by the sudden loss of their companion. However, a notification appeared in the sky, announcing the activation of Sage's Protection, an S-rank equipment, nullifying the lethal damage detected on you. Another notification followed, revealing that your display of bravery amidst death had earned you the A-rank passive talent, Strong Contract. This contract augmented the player's strength by 1 point for every 50 HP, and increased their HP by 10 points for each strength point. As the smoke vanished, you found yourself revived once more. You smiled, interpreting the event as the system's reluctance to let you perish so soon. Understanding that with 166 strength, your HP would increase substantially by 160 points, you felt reassured. A status window appeared, revealing that you were a level 8 student with 167 strength, benefiting from the double damage effect, along with a defense of 6 and agility of 9. Despite your lackluster spirit score of 0 and mana of 300, your HP now neared 1,800 points. This realization brought you relief, knowing you wouldn't succumb to a single blow from any boss. Upon witnessing your revival, Yang approached you in astonishment, questioning how you survived a 300 spirit attack. You clarified to him that you never mentioned an inability to revive if you died by mistake. Shifting the conversation, you inquired if Dong left any items after Yang defeated her. Yang's lack of notification post her demise indicated that the matriarch remained alive. As the smoke dissipated, Dong emerged in the distance, berating both you and Yang for causing her trouble. With concealed eyes and a sinister grin, she praised them, hinting at them soon witnessing her true beauty. Suddenly, Dong erupted into intense laughter, revealing her transformation into a mysterious creature unrecognized by the system. The system alerted players that this creature was at level 15, boasting 2,000 HP and a strength of 130, with defense at 80 and agility at 100. Additionally, the creature possessed new abilities, including a venomous sting and violent plundering. Wei and Yang were astonished by Dong's altered state. Recognizing her heightened strength, you urged Yang to attempt another ground explosion spell on her. However, Yang disappointingly conveyed that he couldn't execute the attack again due to his spirit reverting to 48 points. It became evident that Yang's heightened spirit from his previous state of fat burning was only temporary. Suddenly, the red system notification started popping up, warning the players that the boss of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons has been strengthened by an unknown power. Its difficulty was now far exceeding from what new players can handle, so the system wanted them to leave the world immediately. But to Yang's surprise, instead of leaving hurriedly, you wanted to know about what will happen to their custom world after they left. Yang turned towards his friend, telling him to escape from the monster first instead of thinking about the mission. The system answered you that as the players have not defeated the Queen Mother, who was the boss of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons, they will have to restart the custom world once they got out. Reading that, Yu dropped the idea of leaving the world at all because the principal specifically told him to pass the custom world at all costs. Yu taunted Dong that no matter what she was made up of, she will surely die today. But the monster who was once known as Dong smiled by hearing this as she told Yu that there was no way that he or his friends can injure the powerful body she had now. In the climactic showdown, Yu and the monstrous adversary engaged in a fierce battle, each inflicting significant damage upon the other with every strike exchanged. It became evident that Yu, despite being only level 8, were dealing more harm to the creature than it was to Yu, relentlessly pummeling it with rapid fist strikes. This unexpected prowess left even the formidable Dong perplexed, questioning why Yu hadn't succumbed to defeat yet. Despite Dong's transformation into a fearsome entity, there was an underlying fear of Yu, hinting at your true dominance in this realm. Meanwhile, Yu's relentless assault continued unabated, accompanied by a radiant blue aura emanating from your eyes. Amidst the chaos, the monster halted momentarily, questioning if Baizi had dispatched you. It believed that only Baizi, the creator of the world's ultimate boss, could have produced a formidable adversary such as Yu. However, Yu's confusion regarding the monster's ramblings led you to identify himself simply as Qiao Yu, with no further elaboration. With a mighty leap, Yu descended upon the monster, wielding his staff with immense force, delivering a devastating blow that inflicted 213 points of damage in a single strike. The revelation that Yu's surname was Chao sent a shock through the monster that, she thought, is that Lord, but why would he kill me? Its frantic musings about a lord and the perplexing notion of destroying one's own creation were cut short as Dong. The monstrous embodiment of its former self met its demise. In the aftermath, the system recognized Yu's victory over the unnamed monster, attributing it to Yu's skillful melee attacks and rewarding Yu with 15 stat points, marking Yu's triumph in this epic confrontation. As you gazed at the screen, the lingering blue aura in his eyes can be seen, and this concludes the chapter. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Please hit the like button to support us in reaching our goal of 500 likes. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for future updates. For extra support, consider becoming a channel member. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.